Hi, this is Joe Wang here with more tips and examples on how to live a fruitful life. Today I'll be talking about fruitfulness in being open. Because the thing is that sometimes, a lot of times for me, I try to be as open as possible to the people that I'm close with, like even like the people in my guys group or even like family, like my mom and dad and all those stuff. But sometimes, sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes it's still really hard for me to be open because the thing is that I don't want, sometimes it's, especially like for me, like especially if there's certain situations in which I'm afraid that if I let them know, it would, my situations, my circumstances will become a burden, become a burden, become their burden, their worries, So yeah. So today I'll be talking about a situation in which I finally opened up. I finally opened up to my parents. Yeah. So the thing is that I have a driver license, right? Everybody has a driver license, to drive around, whether it's running errands or going to work or going to school or whatever it is. We all need a driver license in order to have the privilege to drive a car, right? And the thing is that my license, ever since 2 years ago, back in 2017, my driver's license expired, and the thing is that when I later found out, when I later became aware that my driver's license expired was when like about a year ago, I bought a game, in which like they wanted to check my ID. Of course, an M-rated game. Normally they should check. Normally, stores should check, your ID for if you're buying M-rated games, but a lot of times for some reason like they didn't check it. But finally a year ago, back in 2018, they checked my ID, for a purchase. And the thing is that I put on my driver's license. I found out that it expired in 2017. Expired in 2017, and then the thing is that luckily I had a regular ID card, so I was still able to make the purchase. But the thing was that ever since then, I was thinking, oh shoot, it already expired for so long, and what should I do? I decided to look up online to see, what I should do. Like, would I be able to renew my license or not, or the procedures with it. I became so burdened with it. I've been so burdened with it, for pretty much ever since like the end of 2018. And then the thing was that finally, like, towards July, I realized that, I really just need to, whatever it is, whatever the trouble, even if it comes to the point where I have to retake all the tests, retake both the written as well as the driving test, screw it, I just have to make it right, because the thing is that what if I get pulled over, or what if I run into an accident, or whatever it is, I'll be screwed with having an expired license, I'll be screwed, So I might as well just, correct it, because, you're gonna have to do it sooner or later, so why not just do it? So then the thing was that I just finally decided to do it. But then the bigger problem with me was not so much about doing it. The bigger problem is, how can I do it? I was trying to figure out how can I do it without letting my parents know. Because the thing is that, like I've mentioned before, we all live together. We all live together, and we talk. We all live together. So it's really hard for me to to find a way to get to the to the DMV to make the correction. Without letting them know. Because the thing is that first of all they know that I drive. So I was thinking of maybe calling an Uber. Calling an Uber to take me to the DMV so I can correct it. But then the thing was that they will be suspicious. Will be like, why don't you drive a car? And then I have to, come up with an explanation and come up with some kind of explanation and all that stuff. It just thinks that life is just gonna be so much more complicated. So the thing was that I ended up just letting it slide, letting it slide and trying to figure it out. And finally, like after the trips, the PAX, after PAX and then the Yellowstone Park trip, I mean, still haven't uploaded about how the trip has gone, but I'll get to it. But just been quite busy, lately. But anyways, so after those 2 trips, I made up my mind saying that I have to finally make the correction. It's now, it's now or never. So I finally told my mom one day, said, hey mom, can you take me to the DMV? And I didn't, but then the thing was that at that time I was still afraid. I was still afraid to let them know that my driver's license expired 2 years ago, and I've been driving with an expired license for that long. Because the thing is that, let's be honest, parents, I still didn't want them to get burdened, to get worried and shocked, about me, taking the risk of driving, without a proper license, And so then the thing was, I told my mom, said that, hey, can you just drop me at the DMV, I'll take care of it. But then she started to keep asking me why I'm going to DMV, and it became really tough on me, And then finally, it was luckily that my dad asked me, say, is it that your driver's license expired? That you need to renew your license. And then that's when I took a deep breath, and finally said, yeah. I said yeah, but then, but my heart was beating. I was waiting for them to, to start, yelling at me to say, why the hell I didn't keep track of my stuff to let my license expire. But then no, they became calm, and then they told me that, hey, why don't they accompany me over there? What my dad suggested that he accompany me over to the DMV to help correct it, because his logic was that because I've been in school in Arizona, and I lose track with my license, and he was the one who was taking care of my my driver's license, the California driver's license, and all that stuff. So he wanted to accompany me to try to help convince them, saying that that it was a mistake. It was a mistake, and hopefully I can waive at least the driving course, to prove that I've been driving all the time and I'm not a dangerous driver. So yeah, I mean, so it turned out that after all I had to take the written test, but I passed it, first try with 0 errors. So yeah, I ended up got my license, reissued, and my license reissued and back in place. So yeah, so my moral from this thing is that it's really important to let the people that are close to you know about your struggles, know about your problems, because in like, for example, like even for my case, like I never, if I didn't open up, I wouldn't expect them to be understanding. It's really important to express yourself to the people who love you, to the people who care for you, even if you think that your stuff may be a burden to them. Because like for me, like my parents, it's not so much that I don't want them to know about me. It's not so much that to them they thought that like I'm not open, but for me it's like, it's so more of that, I love them, I care about them too much that I don't want my burden to become their burden. I don't want them to worry about me, to worry about me, to be shocked, to be afraid, to think that I'm I'm not responsible, like, cause like for these situations, like everybody says, when you grow up, you gotta take care of your stuff. I don't want them to see that, I slack and all those stuff. I don't want that. So that's part of the reason why I never told them. I never told them that about my struggles, about the license expiring or anything. But the thing is that it's really important to, in the end of the day, to let the people that care about you, that's what I learned, to let the people that care about you know about your struggles, know about your difficulties, because the thing is that, no matter how hard a burden is, they want to help, they want to help. That's from my experience, people who love you, people who care for you, they all want to help. They're not ashamed that, that we mess up, they're not ashamed that like, they're not ashamed about me at all. And yeah, so that's the thing, and life would just be so much more fruitful and happy that way. So yeah, this is all I have for today. If you want to know more tips and examples on how to live a fruitful life, please feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.